The Kwara state government says it spent over 8 billion naira on the Ilorin water reticulation over the past 9 years. What's left is for the people to have access to potable water, and that project, according to the governor, will be completed this year.
Residents of Kwara State have over the years struggled with inadequate water supply due to poor channelization of water, lack of storage facilities, and other issues. The state government has begun implementing new measures to aid the proper distribution of potable water across the state.
Primary, secondary, and tertiary. All in all, it came to over 8 billion naira project. And I'm happy to let you know that we've been able to take that project to completion in terms of generation and primary reticulation. The next level we are getting to now is secondary and tertiary reticulations. Inshallah, this will be sorted out before the end of this administration.
The situation in the past was such that people had to devise means of channeling water to their homes. Experts say that a better channelization method is in the works.
But when we do the reticulation, then we are now going to pipe the water to homes. So that's why this year's budget, capturing the tertiary, means that if it's undertaken, by next year, everybody, you don't have to go any distance. In fact, the water will be piped to your home, and all you have to do is connect.
The water project is expected to cover the entire state.
In this year's budget alone, about 500 million has been captured for rehabilitations across the state, cutting across the 3 senatorial domains. And all these rehabilitations are going on at various stages of completion.
The importance of access to clean and healthy water supply is not a luxury, but rather a necessity that shouldn't be put off for much longer. Hopefully, this project will be delivered before the end of this administration.
Now to power distribution, the federal government has advised state governments to explore more areas of collaboration with the electricity distribution companies operating within their localities to help boost power supply to Nigerians. This is part of the proposals submitted at the conclusion of the 4th National Council on Power, with the theme Increasing Access to Electricity Through Improved Power Infrastructure in Benin City, the Edo state capital.
Entertainment for participants at the close of the 4th National Council on Power in Benin City, the Edo state capital. The Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing brings together these stakeholders drawn from the power sector to brainstorm on improving power distribution in Nigeria. The governor of Edo State, Govt Obaseki, makes his entry, and it's down to the day's business. From the discussions at the event, the federal government believes that state governments could do more in terms of partnership with the power distribution companies to end the lingering problems.
In addition to the meter asset provider regulations issued by NERC, this opens a window of participation to entrepreneurs to enter the business of meter production, supply, and installation. Apart from the job creation component for citizens that many state governments have trained in skill acquisition related to electrical works, this is a window of intervention for state governments to play an enabling role to support small businesses to operate in the power sector.
The Edo state government does not share in this opinion. Governor Obaseki berates the local distribution company for their service to residents.
With the new arrangement where the investor, a new investor, owns a majority stake, the challenge we have as a government is why should we continue to invest taxpayers' money in someone else's private business without any clear-cut guidelines on how we can get our money back? In any case, we believed that before these investors purchased these companies, they convinced the federal government at that time that they had the resources to make these investments.
In the final analysis, the federal government says the state governments have their work cut out if they want an improvement on the current power situation in the country. What is required is better partnership with the distribution companies to address the issues.
From power to agriculture and its relation to insurgency in the northeast, the United Nations Development Programme and the government of Japan have commenced the distribution of agricultural inputs in local community once hit by Boko Haram insurgents in Songloko in local government area of Adamawa State. This intervention is part of ongoing efforts by the UNDP in supporting victims of the Boko Haram insurgency in the three most affected states of Adamawa, Borno, and Yobe. The height of the insurgency, which has claimed over 20,000 lives and cost billions of naira in damage to property and key infrastructure, caused this. Over 2 million people were displaced across the region and the neighboring countries. The return of peace to captured communities and declaration by respective states of their safety has facilitated voluntary, steady return of populations to their places of origin. However, most of them are still in need of basic infrastructure and sources of livelihoods for their families to survive.
Since the advent of the Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast, thousands of people have been killed and millions displaced from their homes and communities. Profit and non-profit organizations have continued to intervene by supporting victims in affected states. Local, a community in Song local government area of Adamawa State, is one of those that has received the insurgency's harsh blow. Now, the United Nations Development Programme UNDP and the Japanese government, in order to provide support, commenced an agricultural distribution exercise targeted at 9,000 households across the northeast region.
The northeast region of Nigeria was seen as one of the economically promising regions, producing various cash crops, including groundnuts, cotton and coffee, and engaging millions of small-scale farmers in agriculture with income.
We will continue to work along with the government of Adamawa and with the donors, including the Japanese embassy, to support different areas of activities like justice systems, social cohesion, and vocational training for the people of local community and the communities in the northeast.
The State Commissioner of Information and Strategy explains the severity of the situation and requests more help.
We are faced with recovery, rehabilitation, and rebuilding of the southern part of the state, just as we are faced with recovery and rebuilding of the northern part of the state. This is totally unacceptable, and we are praying that while we continue to request for assistance from our partners, we are calling on our people to please live peacefully.
UNDP is implementing a number of interventions in the northeast through close collaboration with state authorities and funding support from partners, including the government of Japan.